Welcome to the Salvos. We trust that you'll be blessed by this week's video.
No.
No, we used to have one, yeah. How long did you have the pen pal for?
Oh, several years.
Okay, so not too long, just a little while.
Yeah.
Yeah. Anyone else had a pen pal? Ever? There's this show on TV we watched a while back. There's a stand-up comedian called Michael McIntyre. That's his name, isn't it? Quite a funny guy. He actually doesn't use much swear words. It's quite amazing. He's a hilarious guy. Very, very funny. I can't not wet myself when I watch him. Almost literally. But he's hilarious. And there's this one show, he found a lady living in London who had this pen pal in Australia, in Sydney, for 70 years, I think it was. They've been writing to each other since the war, I think it was. For 70 years, this lady in London had been writing to this lady in Sydney, and they'd never met. They told each other about everything in their lives, completely everything. And they sent photos to each other back and forth over the years, over the different looks they had, different hairstyles, all that stuff over the 70 years. And so Michael McIntyre had this lady come to his show one night and set her up. She didn't know who she'd been set up, but he set her up to be part of one of his segments. So he got her up and had on the stage a conveyor belt with like 6 or 7 people going past slowly. And she was picked randomly out of the crowd, of course, and he had to get her to point out which person was an actor or just a normal person. And so they go on this conveyor belt slowly, and she would have to point out. And the first one came past, she said, "I think that was an actor." The next one, she goes, "I don't know that one, must be a normal person." And so she kept doing this with all the different people coming past and saying, "Actor, no, don't know that one." And then eventually, about the 7th person that came out was her pen pal from Sydney. She'd never met her, she didn't know this was going to happen. She sort of recognised her slightly and said, "She must be an actor. I recognise her face a little bit, actor." And they stopped it and said, "You sure? Have another look." And they started looking at her, she goes, "Yep, I recognise her, she's an actor. She's been on TV, right?" I said, "No." And then they brought her up closer and sort of introduced them as her pen pal from Sydney for the last 70 years. And she just had this moment of, "Oh my goodness, for 70 years we've been talking, and now we're finally actually in each other's presence." Must be a huge thing, mustn't it? And they knew everything about each other inside out, but had never actually met. It's quite a fascinating moment, sort of, even just watching this moment. And they sort of tears, crying, and big hugs and all that stuff, and a massive, it's not a reunion because they'd never met before. But it's quite an amazing thing, sort of meeting someone you'd never met before, but knew everything about. And it got me thinking back to, I think it was grade 5, I had a pen pal for half a year or something. I was in a composite class in grade 5, I was with the grade 6s. And the grade 6s were writing letters to another primary school grade 6s in Euroa. The only way I remember this happening was one of the teachers made a joke of it every time. It's like, "You row the boat, I catch the fish." And so I remember you row all the time from just my teacher being silly. But so I wrote this letter, a couple of letters to this grade 6 guy in Euroa, and he sent a few back, and we never really connected. We met once, and all I remember mainly was he sent his drawing. He used to love drawing Simpson characters, the TV character cartoon show, The Simpsons. And so I had a few of these pictures up in my office, my study when I was in grade 5. It wasn't my office, it was my bedroom. But that's all I can really remember about having a pen pal. But it's a fascinating thing, having a pen pal, writing to someone, telling them all about your secrets, all about you, all about your hopes, your dreams, and receiving it back. For those who haven't had one, well, I suppose we've missed out, haven't we? I've only had one for 6 months, but could you imagine receiving a letter from God Himself? That would be a huge thing, wouldn't it? You might write letters to Him, have you ever written letters to God? It's an interesting concept too, because He's written letters to us, hasn't He? The whole Bible is a love letter from God. This whole thing, this whole book is a love letter to us, telling us everything about our God, who we love, and who He loves us completely, and knows us even better than our letters that we might have written to Him. Because even if we wrote letters to God, He knows more about us than we could ever tell Him already. But He wants to reveal Himself to us through these letters and His stories of redemption, His story of love for us. Thinking back to the start of the Bible, when God was trying to reach out to His people to introduce Himself to them, You know, remember the stories during the Exodus when God was taking his people out of Egypt, taking them to the promised land in Israel? There's a moment in this story when they're at the base of the mountain and God's people got to hear the voice of God. I'm not sure if you've ever imagined what it would sound like or what it would be like to hear the voice of God. Personally, I think it would be a fascinating thing. We would see this massive booming voice that would intimidate us, that would just make your hair stand on end. But they got to hear the voice of God and it freaked them out. They got so scared that they ran. And from that point, God actually took a step back and sent prophets to people to speak on his behalf instead, because the people weren't ready to hear from God himself without a filter. Hearing God with nothing in between you and him would be intimidating, I suppose. The creator of the universe speaking straight to us. So instead he started sending letters and prophets to speak to us instead. So let's read a little bit of this Revelations 3 again. It's quite an interesting little letter. He wrote, in this part, John, who was in prison, received a whole lot of revelations of what was to come and what God was going to do for his people in the end times. And so he wrote 7 letters to 7 different churches, and this is one of the churches in a place called Sardis. It says, to the angel of the church in Sardis, write. So this was a letter to one of the churches in particular. These are the words of him who holds the 7 spirits of God and the 7 stars. I know your deeds. You have a reputation of being alive, but you are dead. Can you imagine God wrote that to us? Can you imagine this was our letter that God was sent to us? How would we react? Wake up. Strengthen what remains and is about to die, for I have not found your deeds complete in the sight of my God. Remember therefore what you have received and heard, obey it and repent. But if you do not wake up, I will come to you like a thief, and you will not know at what time I will come to you. And then it gets a bit better. In verse 4 it says, yet you have a few people in Sardis who have not soiled their clothes. They will walk with me dressed in white, for they are worthy. It's an interesting little letter, isn't it? It's not that much, it's not very long. And it cuts straight to the heart too, doesn't it? I'm not sure we heard those words properly. But if I received a letter like that for our church, even from my area officer, I'll be going, oh, let alone God. Can you imagine God, the person we come here to worship, who's our life, who's everything, who's our eternity, tells you these things? I know your deeds. You have a reputation of being alive, but you are dead. Ouch. Wouldn't that hurt? Especially if we were putting everything into serving him. Maybe we weren't really. Imagine how this church reacted. And then hearing God's voice say, wake up. Wake up. Strengthen what remains and is about to die, for I found your deeds complete inside. For I have not found your deeds complete inside of God. Quite confronting, wouldn't it be? Hearing from God at any stage would be confronting. I remember the times in high school being a bit nervous about receiving my report card. Did you ever get nervous before you received your report cards? Clayton's head going up. But you try your best. You're never sure if it's going to be quite good enough, do you? I was a good student. I always received lots of A+, but I was still a bit nervous. You do your best all semester, you put all your hard work into it, you do all your homework, and then you're about to get a report card and go, was it good enough? Can you imagine getting that report card from God? I think that's the most ultimate nervous point in your life that you'll ever experience, wouldn't you? Have what I've done, was it good enough? Have I lived my life well enough to earn my Lord, my Saviour, say to me, well done, good and faithful servant? They're the ultimate words we'd love to hear, isn't it? But if instead if you heard something like, wake up, what you're doing is not good enough, how would you respond to that? Would it be enough to shock start you and give you a second chance and say, well, I need to try harder? You have a reputation of being alive, but you were dead. Ouch. And I love the second half of it. God comes back to being the encourager again, doesn't he? It says, yet you have a few people inside us who have not soiled their clothes. Even among you, there are still some people who completely love me and have obeyed my words and have done everything they can to be holy. They will walk with me dressed in white. I love the imagery here, isn't it? Beautiful. Walk in white. He who overcomes will, like them, be dressed in white. So we can be standing next to Jesus, who's also standing in white. Isn't that a beautiful image? At the end of times, wouldn't you love to be able to stand next to Jesus, the Saviour of the world, who is beautifully dressed in white? And you can stand next to him also dressed in white. That'll be a beautiful day. I will never blot out his name from the book of life, but will acknowledge his name before my Father and his angels. Wouldn't that be beautiful to hear God say our name, proclaim our name before, or Jesus to say our name at any time would be beautiful, but proclaiming us being worthy before the throne, before his Father, would be an amazingly beautiful thing. But these letters that God has given us and sent us and tried to communicate us throughout the generations of our history, it's always been about love, hasn't it? He doesn't want to make us sound like you're doing a bad job. What are you doing? He doesn't want to shame us. It's actually always about love. God doesn't want to leave us where we are, especially if we're going to a place that he doesn't want us to go. If we're not doing good enough, it must break his heart. So he wants to communicate to us, to tell us, come on guys, you can do better than that. I love you guys. He never wants to leave us where we are. It's always about making us more like his son. Make us like what we were supposed to be originally before sin broke us. It's about the restoration of who we are, who we should be, who God created us to be. He never wants to leave us where we are. So when God speaks, it's out of love. Even for this church when he said, you have a reputation of being alive, but you are dead. Even though that could hurt, it's to wake us up. You can do better. I love you, I don't want to leave you in the mud. Can you hear God say that through that? He doesn't want to shame you. He doesn't want to make you feel bad about yourself. But out of love, he wants to make you a better person who he created you to originally be. I want to show you a video in a second. It goes for a few minutes, but it's a great clip called God's Chisel. I'm not sure if you've seen it before. Every time I watch it, I get a little bit emotional because it's about the truth of God and I want to leave us where we were. He never wants to leave us where we were. He always wants to get us to be the person he created us to be. So let's watch this clip. Sit back and enjoy it, please, and take it in, because it's an amazingly well communicated clip. So let's watch this. It's called God's Chisel. How did you find that? A little bit funny, but hopefully a little bit confronting as well. There's some good truth in that too, isn't there? That's why I believe God sent his letters to us. It's also, although sometimes they are confronting, that's what we need to hear. The lines in there that says, God never wants to leave us where we were. It's always about moving forward, and hopefully one day we can look in the mirror and see God's Son rather than ourselves. And hopefully other people can see Jesus in us, or can see us. Isn't that the aim? Isn't that a beautiful place we want to get to? Where we can be Jesus to people in this world. So how much does our community need that? Our community just here in Sale needs us to be Jesus for their souls, for their day-to-day lives. They need that. So if God wrote a letter to us here at Sale, what would it say? Would it be encouraging? Would it kick us up the butt a little bit? I think we'd have a bit of a balance, wouldn't it? One of my stages during the week, I was sitting down thinking about this message today. And God let me write down a few little things for us today as well. I really felt that God was putting some of these words on my heart for this morning. So I know it was just me writing on behalf of God, but let's see how this goes. So the Sale Call. To the angel of the Church of the Salvation Army in Sale write, these are the words of He who is true and just. I know that you are small in number, but true indeed. You have had many struggles, but I am with you. Things will never completely get easier, but I will send to you exactly what you need and when you need it. I see the deeds of your heart and your way true. Remember that I love you and will be with you in all your joys and in your hardships. I am the Alpha and Omega, and I will be with you until the end. He who has an ear, let him hear what the Spirit says to the churches. I really felt that God was laying something on my heart this week. Let's read a little bit in the middle again. I know that you are small in number, but true indeed. You have many struggles, but I am with you. Things will never get completely easy, but I will send you exactly what you need and when you need it. I see the deeds of your heart and your way true. Remember that I love you and will be with you in all your joys and in your hardships. I am the Alpha and Omega, and I will be with you until the end. I really felt God was trying to give us that encouragement this week. We have a lot of hardships here, we know that. But just God's reassurance in my heart this week was that He's with us in all of those things. He'll give us what we need exactly when we need it. Hopefully I encourage people like you know today as well. But God loves us. Everything He's written in us, in His word for us throughout the history of mankind, is for us today to be encouraged, to remind us that He loves us. He wants to make us more like His Son every day. So let Him do that. If God was to write your letter today, what would it write? What would it say? What would it look like? I want to give you a few minutes just at the end of the meeting today just to think about what God is trying to say to you today. Is it a word of encouragement? Is it lifting you up out of something? What would He be saying to you today? So I've got some music on in a second. A song called Boldly I Approach Your Throne. But I want to give you a few minutes just to reflect and think about what God's trying to say to you today. He's trying to say something to you, isn't He? He's always trying to talk to us. He's always trying to make us a better person, the person He originally created us to be. As a church, He might say one thing, but individually to each of you, He might say something completely different. So think about this morning, even if you just stay a few minutes in prayer and quietness, just listen to the voice of God in your spirit today. What is God trying to say to you? Is He just reassuring you of His love for you? Is He promising you an outcome or a solution to a problem you've got at the moment? What is He trying to say to you? So I'll hand these out and I'll hand out some pens if you'd like to write. But if you listen to this song Boldly I Approach Your Throne, and just think about what God's trying to say to you this morning.